Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.
I don't know what this world's gonna bring, but I know one thing, that this is a life for me, baby, cause I'm a thug. Welcome, little mamas and Gentiles alike, to another phenomenal episode of My Momma Told Me,
the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove the conspiracies of you, the listener. It's a motherfucking mini episode.
Short little bitch. It's a short little bitch.
Little sawed off bitch. Little half pint ass bitch.
You know your ass can't reach up there. Your ass fell.
Don't even get in line to ride the roller coaster.
You know you can't ride that roller coaster.
Come on. Did you ever do you ever remember being too little to ride a roller coaster?
No, because although I don't do heights well and have never done heights well.
Okay.
So there was never a time where I was like, you know what I mean, trying to shoot my shot on some shit that I didn't belong on. Yeah,
man. I caught it bad when we went to the Seattle Center when I was a kid and I was trying to ride a ride. And me and my best friend at the time, who was very tall, even for a boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a tall boy. He got on, and I was just a little bit, and I was crying, and I had to watch him. I cried. This is because it's like probably like 8 or 9. It wasn't like pre-puberty even. You know what I mean? It was like still, and like I thought I could get it, man. I just remember his face. He was smiling so big, it was like click, 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 click.
You had to just watch him live out your dream.
And he didn't even hold back. He was like, "Oh, it's amazing."
Baby, you gotta get bigger, man. That was so fucking cool.
Bro, and now they're all tall. His little brother's 7 foot tall.
God damn.
Yeah,
I don't think I know any 7 foot people.
Devin is the only one, and it's like, it was crazy because when he was a kid, he was not that tall. And then he just like middle school height, but he was crazy athletic. And that also shows you how much people can hoop, because he was like, as a kid, he was super athletic, like very athletic, and shot up and continued to be, and still couldn't make like the league type of thing. And he was one of the more athletic people I ever knew.
To be 7 feet and not make the league is like, and you really did try to hoop is actually pretty rare. It feels like they give you a shot just for being that big at some point.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Damn, that's nasty.
Cold world.
I think the highest I know is 6'9". There was a kid I went to high school, a dude I went to high school with, I was good friends with, that's 6'9". But that's
how far did he go?
Like D3.
Yeah.
I think 6'9" is a really unfortunate height. Now, especially because he was a true big.
Oh yeah, you got to be crazy athletic.
You got to be crazy athletic, and you got to be able to stretch. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to like learn to shoot. You got to be able to learn to ball handle at 6'9".
I mean, they're bringing the ball up now big sometimes.
Yeah, and he was playing like back to the basket, 6'9" basketball, and it's like, oh, anything after high school, you're gonna be out of place, big dog.
It's probably a king at the 24-hour though. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad life. You just a king hooper at the 24-hour fitness.
First pick at every 24-hour fitness.
That's a pretty good. I would be happy with that. Here's a question: how tall did you hope you were gonna be?
My dad is 6'2". I was really hoping I was gonna get to that.
Okay.
And that wasn't happening. Unfortunately.
I thought I could have made this whole thing work the way I wanted it to, about 6'2", 6'3". Because when your dad's an X factor, anything's possible.
Yeah, you were like.
And then, because my mom is mad little.
Numbers on this guy.
Yeah, he could be. In my head, I'm like,
he could go crazy.
Yeah, he's probably 7'4". Like this. Give me the size 15s now, just because I'm gonna grow into them. And then I met him, and it was truly more upsetting than him not being there in my life. It was truly like, fuck! God damn it! It was a tough pill to swallow.
That does suck to go your whole life with no information about your father, and then to finally meet him and you're like, wait a minute, you don't got nothing good going on here to offer me.
It just wasn't good. The height thing, and that was the one thing I was needing. I felt okay otherwise. I wasn't like, you know what I mean? I don't need to learn how to, you know what I mean? I was 17, but like I could have used that. I could have used those extra inches.
You could have used meeting this man and him being like, I grew late and you will too.
Yeah. That was really all I was looking for out of it.
I actually had a growth spurt in college, and that's why I'm 6'3", and you will be too. And you're like, fuck, man.
Go on back into the darkness.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I'll take it from here. But then you're faced with just having to try to build a relationship with this man who was irresponsible and the same height as you.
Irresponsible and 5'8" is crazy.
Why'd you even come back? Why'd you even come back?
You can be one or the other. But you can't be
over here with that bullshit.
You can't be a dickhead and 5'8". That's nuts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, entertainment, it's a longer.
No, man. You know what? I didn't know this until I was at the WGAs this past weekend. This whole time I thought Joseph Gordon-Levitt was tall, and he ain't tall. He's like 5'8", 5'9".
I don't think any actors are tall except for the ones who are huge.
Yeah, I think
they're all little.
They're not a lot of average. It feels like you're either like a little guy or you're a big guy, but there's not a lot of like just straight down the middle motherfuckers.
But that's what it's for, right? Little guys with big faces.
Little guys with big faces. You're right.
That's like the whole setup. Even more surprising to me than actors is I never realized until I moved to LA and kind of got into the industry how little actresses are.
Yeah, they're teeny tiny.
It's like crazy. I saw, who's that blonde lady from Mean Girls? I saw her at Tenor Greens one time. I was like, she looked like a doll. She was like a little, it's like crazy how little she was.
Yeah, they're Amanda Seyfried, Olivia is saying.
No,
yeah.
The other one, the main one.
Oh, you're talking about, God damn it. No, not Lindsay Lohan.
The Notebook.
Yeah. Rachel McAdams. Not Rachel Adams. Rachel McAdams, I believe is the name.
Which is, anyway, isn't the point. The point is just, these people, it's a good life for them to make you look big on screen forever.
No, they're small height-wise, but they're also like teeny tiny, like truly skinny, little frail-looking people. And it's fascinating when you see it all in person. It's
bizarre. Also, you wonder, has camera technology not caught up to being able to fix whatever? Like, we can't just put normal people on screen anymore?
I think it's not that the camera adds 10 pounds because of the technology. I think the camera adds 10 pounds because when you're watching someone with that intensity, you are picking every little piece of their body apart.
Right. And so 2 stories tall.
Yeah. And so it just becomes like you're noticing every little like detail of a person's person in a way that you wouldn't if you were just talking to them like face to face.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's why everybody looks sexy on TV, and then you see them in real life, and you're like, "Oh, you're fine."
You know what I mean? They do look like real people, which is like comforting to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, you know what I was watching the other day that I was like, God damn! I was watching A Different World, and just like I watched the pilot of A Different World, and just like the lighting and everything, these people, they look like gods. They're unbelievably beautiful. It's like they lit the fuck out of it. They're dressed so well. You're like, this is like, no wonder TV was aspirational. These people look like, they truly look like other beings. Even like Dwayne Wayne, they all look incredible.
Yeah. And then you see Kadeem Hardison in real life, and you're like, oh, it's just a man.
Hey, shout out to Kadeem though. He had it. He had it, boy.
That man had it when he had it.
Come on, man. Just a reasonable black lead. Reasonable dark-skinned lead. That's all we ever needed.
Yeah. He really had it. And I think he had it for the right amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, like, it doesn't feel like anything was taken from him, or I go like, oh man, what the fuck? What could have been with Kadeem? It's like, no, man. He got what he was supposed to get out of this.
We're just happy for the sixth man, baby.
It made me cry. I watched it in theaters on my birthday, and I cried.
You cried on your birthday?
Yeah, I cried.
Damn.
Me and my friends had a... I invited 10 of my best friends to the movies. For my birthday, my dad made us line up so he could stuff our pockets with fruit snacks and juice boxes.
Good man.
And we all sat down and watched The Sixth Man in theaters. And I cried multiple times in that film.
Multiple times? Wait,
yeah.
You cried both times? When he died the first time?
When he died the first time, and then when he ascended the second time, both got me.
You really always had the soul of a poet, huh?
Yep. And as also, that's why you got to really lean into the demon, because you cry in front of a bunch of boys and they eat you alive, and now all of a sudden you got to worship the devil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to call somebody's mom ugly or poor or something like that.
Exactly.
I get that. That completely makes sense.
Y'all made me make this choice. I didn't make this choice.
Okay,
I was the kind of guy that cried during The Sixth Man.
You could have kept that energy.
No. You know because I cried during The Sixth Man, and a group of people who I thought were my dearest friends called me the F word. So no.
Do you ever worry that you maybe have too many origin stories?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do think about that.
Okay. Sometimes, man, because I got some bad ones, but that's so hard.
I was just a sincere boy, man. And
man, it's in there somewhere, though. Do you think that there is an amount of revenge you can get on the world that will align you back in touch with that boy who cried twice at The Sixth Man? Or do you think it's gone forever and now we got the Joker?
I think if I truly were seeking revenge, I would turn into Elon.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that Elon's behavior is strictly a person seeking revenge against a world that he considered to have been mean to him.
That's fair.
And why he would feel that way, given, the fact that you guys were enslaving South Africans in mines, is beyond me, but that is his interpretation of the world, and I think that's 100% why he's doing all he's doing. It's the reason he won't stop making children. It's the reason he won't sort of like stop trying to represent himself as this genius hero of the world, all while literally attempting to destroy it. It's all a vengeance play.
No, that is a very good deflection you just did. But what
and I'm saying that if I found myself wanting true like vengeance against the world, it would only get dark like that. I don't think there's a version of this where you can seek vengeance and like be like, I feel satisfied now and move on.
Right. Okay, that's interesting.
There's too many motherfuckers that I have on a list. You know what I mean?
I do. I think my list is probably shorter than yours, but I got a list.
Yeah.
And it's like none of them would see it coming is the thing about my list. It's like because it's not the biggest slights or the worst humiliations. It's just the ones that for whatever reason broke through all the veneer and they just live in there.
Yeah, they stuck.
Yeah.
Does that bother you that they wouldn't know? Like, is that embarrassing at all that like you would seek vengeance against somebody and they're like, David who?
Yeah, because it ultimately reminds you that you are as sensitive as they were maybe making fun of you for being.
Yep.
Right? In that, like, you gave it way more power, than it needed. You know what I mean?
It meant the world to you, and
yeah,
they didn't think a second thought about it.
Yeah, but that's just it just be like that.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Anyways, we got some voicemails.
We got voicemails that we should talk about.
Don't worry about us and our lists.
Yeah, sure, it's pinned up on my refrigerator for my family to see, but that's my business and no one else's.
Yeah. Do I sleep a lot at night? Who cares? All that matters is I wake up in the morning and I come to work.
Yeah. We'll work.
Yeah. Workish.
We got a couple voicemails that we want to do. This first one, I think we don't know a lot about it, but I think it's fair to say it's an oddity. Let's just frame it as that, and Olivia will play it, and we won't give a lot away from what we gather from this voicemail.
I memorized this song when I was way too young. You want to go down, why not? I'll be like Herbie and hand you a cock and tell you that my name is Ott. Get on your knees, make like the breeze begin to blow. But don't give me no Ralph Lauren grin if you're not down to go low. I'm all about mouth. I'm for dick suck it. If not, be chatting and keep trucking and fuck chapsticks. I'm coming ashes hell with chapsticks. Big chapped ass lips, treating your teeth like dentists while I'm rubbing them. With an erection like injections. Fuck it, I'll be drugging them. Numbing up your tonsils like Ambisol anesthetic. Coming down your throat like fluoroseptic. No time for apologizing. Girlfriend white, swallowing, gargling. I'm giving bitches permanent beards. So put your lips here and catch these damn facial hairs in your mouth. I said your motherfucking mouth. And you get it, yeah. You know the rest.
Okay, so sometimes maybe C. Dolores Tucker wasn't so crazy. That shit was.
I'm really struggling to understand why.
This man called us rapping Akinelli?
Yeah.
Remember, I said that I didn't know I never knew the lyrics.
Oh.
I only knew the chorus.
Yeah, man, you gotta remind us of stuff. You can't just.
You thought he was just. You thought he just called us and did that.
I thought he was just like, man, you're not gonna believe what I got memorized.
That's way funnier.
And I got other songs too. Call me back. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, be like, hey, remember when y'all said nobody knows the lyrics? I actually do here. Yeah, like, cool, I guess. I don't know. That was fucking weird, man.
It was weird. It was very funny.
It was very funny, and you're right. I think while there was an era where they were maybe being a little extreme in some of their suggestions about what hip hop was doing to the youth of the future, they weren't completely off.
That was steering children wrong, me included.
They're talking about that song. They're talking about drugging women. They're talking about stuffing their dicks like turkeys. All of it is
ashy dicks.
None of this is encouraging or empowering in any kind of way. This is truly a violence against a lot of communities. So yeah, she was right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm glad you remember though, bro. We have another one that's not.
Thanks for calling, I guess. I don't know. Fucking yeah. Let's do this other voicemail.
Hey, David and Langston. This is Mike from Texas. I have a scenario or a question that I think encompasses everything that the podcast represents.
Okay.
This is a question that I think both of you should answer. My scenario is this. Your co-host and producer are going to be absent for recording.
Okay.
So, meaning maybe Olivia is gone and either one of you are gone. And so you have to pick a co-host. Your only two choices are Ray J and Terrence Howard. So one of them will produce and the other one will co-host. So which one do you pick? Also, David, what kind of bike do you have? Thanks.
Whoa. Little squeeze right at the end. What kind of bike you got?
I got a Specialized Roll 2.0.
Okay. Is that a good bike? I have no idea.
It's okay. It's like the closest you could get to a beach cruiser while still being a real bike. It's real nice though. It's so smooth. That's what I like about it. It's so smooth. Like a great road bike for around town.
I ain't got no bike.
You should, man. I got a couple friends into it. It's like, you forget how great. Well, were you a bike kid though?
Yeah. I rode bikes a lot.
Bro, get back on a bike. You will remember. I suggest go to the beach with your family and just ride one day. You'll remember how much fun it is. It's a great time.
I think once Kenzie is old enough to like ride, I'm down. I think right now it would just be me with a bike and nobody else. You know what I mean? So it'd be like weird, but yeah. No, I'm not anti.
You know what you see on the road a lot is a lot of the dads, and then they got the little thing the kid sits in the back.
Mm-hmm. That scares me.
Yeah, that's fair.
That scares the shit out of me. But I hear you. Yeah, maybe I got to grow up and just be willing to risk my children's lives a little bit.
Also, maybe you just do it for you. You just go out. Dad needs to clear his head.
Yeah, everybody, shut the fuck up for an hour. I'll be back. I don't know why they have to be quiet while I leave.
They gotta think about it.
Think about what it would feel like if I don't come back.
This is a good question though. You want to answer first? I got my answer already.
I have mine as well, but you were already in it. Go ahead.
All right. I think that it would have to be, I think Ray J as a chatty producer and Terrence Howard as a co-host.
I 100% agree. I don't think that there's another configuration that would make sense. Ray J is a star, objectively, one of the greatest gifts that has ever been given to this planet. I dare say, a man who is never not being funny and or viral. He told me that, in fact, himself. He said everything I do is it either goes viral or causes some kind of like it's either funny, it's cool, or it goes viral. I think is essentially what he told me.
God bless.
And he's not wrong. It all works. And so yeah, you want him producing, you want him to be able to like cue in on the key moments that make for a great podcast. But Terrence Howard, you got to let him go crazy with the conspiracies.
We got to let him talk as long as possible.
Yep.
And I think him on the other side, now he's trying to do some new math with the production. That's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's going to like say we have to release the episode at 12:38 because that's when it aligns mathematically with the sun. And it's like, hey man, you're being fucking weird, bro.
Yeah.
I need the episode to go up. I talked to Ray J. It was really fun. Don't do this.
Yeah. And I would want to hear Terrence Howard listen to some of our emails. What's he think about Akinyele rapping?
You think Terrence Howard, because he's interesting. He still really likes black people, even as he does all this weirdo shit and marries tons of Asian women. He does really seem to cherish the black community. Do you think he looks back at that song with warm memories?
Yeah, I think he was outside and it was fun. I think, I don't think that. I think if you were of a certain age and he was on, maybe not in a major way, but he had already been in movies and shit like that, so he was having a summer. Like, yeah, I think he probably looks back very fondly at that.
I think we underestimate how powerful Terrence Howard was at his height. He could have been a king. And he just couldn't get out of his own way in a lot of ways. But he still is a great man, obviously. It just...
Yeah, and I think he could come back.
You think Terrence Howard could find his way back to the peak?
Have you not seen what's going on? We're jumping the shark. Anything could happen. I don't think anything he's done is that off-putting as to not be able to find himself a large enough group to support him in a major way.
I don't disagree with the sentiment. My only, I guess, where I question it a little bit is that we're not doing that with black people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everybody that's like, finding their second wind as, celebrities and powerhouses. It's not black people. It's mostly white meanies.
Yeah, that's fair. But he also didn't I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm not so up on him in the way where like, I don't think he did things as bad as people who should be canceled for a lot. You know what I mean? I think he made up a bunch, or he thought that he was smart and maybe he wasn't or whatever, but I don't think he was like, I guess there's that shit with his ex-wife though, huh?
He's got
was
some
like
domestic
a bad guy.
violence shit.
He's
got some child support shit. There's some stuff in there. I don't know. I think, and this is maybe a larger conversation. I think that there are these calls for accountability that don't exist in reality, right? That like we, the consumer, are meant to hold artists accountable for their quote unquote bad behavior that we're never really fully let in on. And also that even if we ourselves choose to hold them accountable, the industry is not matching that sentiment. You know what I mean? It's the reason why like a Brad Pitt, who I adore, it has tons and tons of rumors of being a bad guy, some of which can be verified through the fact that his fucking kids don't speak to him anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't even know all that. Brad's a bad guy, bad Brad.
I think he's a drinker and probably a yeller, and you know, maybe the suggestion is maybe worse, but the point is, the industry ain't gonna stop giving us Brad Pitt movies. So how do you want me to fall out of love with him? Do you know what I mean? How do you want me to reassess this whole relationship if y'all, the actual power holders, won't introduce real accountability?
Yeah, that's fair. It's
the insanity.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, entertainment's trash, man. I should have fucking started selling insurance.
I just think about like how much, you know what I mean? There were all these years where people were like, you can't listen to R. Kelly. He's the worst man. And nobody ever took them off their streaming platforms.
Right.
Like not once did Spotify go, we don't want to make money off of R. Kelly anymore.
I thought there was. Wasn't there
still listen to R. Kelly on Spotify?
But didn't they try to do it? And then like Kendrick advocated for not taking his music off. There was like a debate about it, I'm pretty sure.
I think we were debating that shit. I don't think Spotify was ever debating it. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I really don't remember. But I think all these platforms where Apple Music was like, no, we're not going to get rid of R. Kelly. If y'all want to listen to it, we got it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, nobody cares about anything other than money.
I think that's kind of the point. Is like none of the only responsibility is being put on the consumer. It's never on the actual like corporations that are truly the only reason we can access this shit in the first place. If they take all of R. Kelly down, where are you going to hear TP2? You know what I mean?
I think that's giving the corporate overlords too much power. You fucking, if Spotify takes R. Kelly down, you'll be able to get to R. Kelly music. You could get to it like. I don't think that changes that.
I'm saying you have to go, and at a certain point, you would have to go and get a hard copy of the thing if all the streamers decided to introduce the accountability they claim to stand behind. The same is true of Harvey Weinstein films, where like you keep telling me that this is the worst man, but nobody is going, hey, stop watching Pulp Fiction. Leave it alone.
Right.
And it's because there's money and history there that you don't want to deal with.
It's also bigger than him.
Those projects
are all
Annie Hall.
I'm not keeping for Woody Allen, by the way. I'm just saying, I think that a lot of the reason they were able to even like, you wonder if Harvey Weinstein had been a more front-facing thing that, as opposed to a producer, would it even have happened like that? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think my point.
He's not like, he's not a Brad Pitt. He's not even a director. You know what I mean? It's like people, I don't know how many people even knew who he was before that happened.
I think my point is less of like the individuals and more saying that there are countless examples of these people, both front facing and behind the scenes, where nobody is untethering their money from them.
I agree with that. No one's ever going to.
Even as they call them bad guys and tell us that, like, you know, they had no idea that this stuff was happening. They keep on trying to make more money off of whatever this is. And so, you know, as long as that's the case, what the fuck do you want from me?
Put it in your mouth.
In your motherfucking mouth. Damn.
I think we did it.
I think we did it. All right. I hope this answers your question. I think it's the only correct answer. Ray J is your producer. Terrence Howard is your co-host.
Gotta be.
Hey, you've got yourself a hit.
Yeah.
If there were a world where Bori and Olivia were not available and Terrence Howard and Ray J were, please believe that this podcast will change. There is no world where I go back.
So where I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait till
I'm loyal to David.
I'm waiting till Langston gets back from his bike ride. I'm not doing that.
Nah. It is a different podcast from now on, and I'm a bad guy, and I'm okay with that. There's no part of me that's going back, and I apologize for saying that out loud, but I hope it's the same feeling across the board.
I don't think I would. I think I would get sick of talking to Terrence Howard pretty quick, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's
like one episode, 3-4 episodes. I'm not trying to talk to that dude every day.
I think it turns into a mini series. You make an unbelievable 10 episodes with Terrence Howard, and you obviously the last episode you guys get into a big blow up fight that destroys everything. But man, what a ride!
That's fun.
Well, you want to tell the people where they can find you? What cool shit you got going on?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram, patreon.com/David Bori. Buy my special, Birds of a Nation. March 1st, I'm going to be at the Carco Theater in Renton, Washington, outside of Seattle. March 14th, I'm going to be at the Comedy Commonwealth in Dayton, Kentucky, right across from Cincinnati. And March 15th, I'm going to be at the Comedy Corner Underground in Minneapolis.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for all the hilarious voicemails so far. Thank you for all the nasty voicemails so far. Thank you for all the drunk and, quite frankly, unhinged voicemails so far. You guys are a bunch of sick freaks. For the time being, 844 Lil Moms is going to be down. We're working on getting that voicemail time up so you don't get cut off after a minute. Now you can send us 2, maybe even 3 minutes of undiluted nastiness. So be patient for us, and we're going to get that up pretty soon. Langston, can you tell them where they can find you?
Well, it's Thursday, so theoretically this weekend, if you live in Vancouver, you can come see me. I'll be at the JFL Just for Laughs Vancouver Festival. Come see me February 22nd. That's this Saturday, and it's going to be a great time. And then if you want to see me again, you can see me March 27th through the 29th at the Vermont Comedy Club. I'll be up there in Vermont doing my little jokes and whatnot. And you can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms. If you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us, I guess who should be a third co-host in that terrible, terrible trio of David, Terrence Howard, and Ray J, go ahead, throw it all in at mymommapod@gmail.com and rate, subscribe, review, buy the merch, pray, and then pray again.
And vote.
And vote. Vote for prayers. Bye, bitch.
Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.